I made sure to keep it running for a while for you, so that it would still be playing when you arrived. Welcome. I couldn't decide what to stream today, so I've got it set to just chatting until I decide. We've got Heck Divers as an option. I've got let's see. What game? Thank you for the hydrate bucket. I did just start though, so, you know, I'll hold off on those until it seems like I'm forgetting to drink. Let's see, what game today? So we've got Heck D. Could keep going on Iron Nest. We've got hold on a second. I've got Night Rain I could play, I guess. Haven't played that in a while, and I'm not sure why I still have it installed, but would be good for short bursts of Souls-like. Oh, did you guys see Mortal Shell 2 came out today, I think? Was that today? I think that was today. I never played Mortal Shell 1, but it sounded like one of the more competent Souls-like competitors. I've got Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, which is a game that I have never played. Let's see, what else? Oh. And Mugenics was another game that I was thinking about. So there's your poll. I've just put it up. I will wait for the results to come back, and we'll see. All right, checking chat again after making the poll. Let's see. Can we have a piss? No, you may not have a piss. I need my daily heck goal. That's true. Medals are important. Again, sort of. I think I only needed like 20 more to get the what is it, the Melta gun, the one on the last page, and then from there it's all cosmetics, and I don't give a crap about those very much. I don't know what that is. I don't remember what I was talking about when you said that. Now, can you remind me what you didn't know what that was? Oh shoot, there was another game I forgot to put on there. It's fine. There's more days to come. But I was thinking there's this series of stealth games that I own all of, but I have never played. Where you play as like a little stealthy goblin guy. It's called Styx. There are like three games in the series. I wanted to try those out at some point because I do like stealth games. I would just ask an LLM with access to my Steam library what I should play. I can appreciate that you don't want to make decisions for yourself. I am not going to do that because, as Bucket has mentioned, I have a tag that says no Gen AI, and that means I don't use Gen AI. That includes LLMs with access to my Steam library. I'm sure there are LLMs with access to my Steam library. I'm sure that is a thing because I don't think my Steam library is currently private, as far as I remember. But I'm not going to ask one. Can we play AI image generator? Refer to my previous comments. Can you redo the poll but written on the whiteboard? I'm not going to get up. Oh, can we get some cool voting music, like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, like the heartbeat sounds? That's a good idea. I could do that later, but not right now, because I would need to go and find the music, and I don't have the mental capacity to do that at the moment. The daily heck mission is extract 3 times Illuminate missions. It looks like the poll has ended and Iron Nest was the winner. Good to know. I just unlocked Melt-A-Gun but haven't used it yet. Yeah, it sounded like it was a decent anti-armor kind of a gun. Like shoots a stream of plasma or something. I don't know. I haven't really looked into it that far, and I haven't unlocked it yet. Listen, goblins are big lately. And then you've got what appears to be a line drawing of a gray alien and or alpha. Ahem, it's Library. Sure it is. It's pronounced Steam Liberty. That's true. Add the idea as a task on the whiteboard. I'm not getting up. Oh, I read that as Iron's Nest. Okay. I apologize to your eyes. Like some sort of VR Rayron at home simulator. Okay. Yeah, I guess I could see that. I don't have I have a VR headset, but I don't have anything set up. If you would like the whiteboard used, I can use the whiteboard. I can use it, but I don't know what to use it for. Aside from, I guess I could put checklist items on there, but I'm not like gonna actively stand up and use it right now. So if you want me to put something on it, this is what I'm saying. So if I'm going to do a poll, I'm going to use my technology to do the poll because I'm not going to stand up and do the poll. Cheer 100 for Whitboard content. Whitboard. Whitboard. $100 bits. Draw a gray on Whitbeard. Ugh, don't do that. No, don't do that either. Why is that not? Okay, there it goes. No, I didn't want to do that exactly. Okay, can you see the Whitboard? I have to take my headphones off, but there's no sound anyway, so I guess that's not a big deal. I need my markers. Hold on a second. Alright, the gray alien looks like a gray alien. Okay, so there's like, the shoulders don't really seem to matter that much. I apologize if you can't hear me. I'm not set up for this properly, but 100 bits is 100 bits, so thank you for contributing 100 bits to the cause. Alright, so it's just kind of a big head. And like some skinny neck and shoulders. Is there a mouth on this one? Yeah, it's like a little tiny mouth. He's got some cheekbones. Right? And there's like a little tiny Is that too high up? I feel like that's too high up. Yeah, that's too high up. I at no point claimed to be an artist. And then the eye shape is important. They're like almond shaped. Thoughts, feelings? Make it have laser eyes. Hold on. Alright, I think that's probably the best I can do right now. My camera isn't really set up for being able to light that properly so that you can see it. But there you go. There you go. Now I need to figure out how to reset this camera. Hold on. There it goes. I will set up a separate toggle in the future so that I can just press a button and it will zoom in on the whiteboard, I guess, because apparently that's a thing that I'm going to have to do fairly often. Alright, Iron Nest won the poll by 1 vote. I feel like hold on, I've got, yeah, there's 3 people and there were 3 votes, so that makes sense. So 2 people voted for Iron Nest. What What if you had the whiteboard on a long arm, so instead of zooming into the whiteboard zoomed into the camera? That's not a terrible idea, but this is a wall-mounted whiteboard. So there's what's holding it to the wall is screws that are underneath of these gray plastic bits on the corners. So I'd need to have some kind of a mounting system to be able to hold that there. Or alternatively get a new separate whiteboard for on an arm for pulling over at a moment's notice. Paint your wall brown, it will have more pop. Probably not going to do that, but I'll take it under advisement. Get a whiteboard for every stream. My brother, I'm not actually making any money on any of these yet, so no. I'm not going to buy something for every stream. Why are you putting the gray alien after every time you say things are big lately? Is that a reference that I don't understand? Because I don't understand it, I can tell you that much for sure. There's no raffle. Please stop that. There is no raffle. Not on my stream, anyway. I don't know, maybe you're multi-windowing and you're in a... I want to win the Whitboard raffle. There isn't one. There is no Whitboard raffle. I have one Whitboard, and it's staying right there on the wall. Period. All right. Well, with all of that having been said, I will start up the game. And I am blaming this on you, so that's what the stream title is going to say. It's going to say that you guys chose Iron Nest as the game you wanted me to play. Not that there's anything wrong with Iron Nest exactly, but I don't want anybody to look at it and say, why are you playing Iron Nest again? It was you guys. It was your decision. Your decision. Can you take a pic of the Whitboard and use it as an emote? You mean the blank Whitboard? You want me to erase the gray alien and take a pic of the blank Whitboard and have that be like a mascot for the stream? Just be like, you want the laser-eyed alpha that is scaring you to be an emote. Can you no-hit speedrun Iron Nest? No-hit probably wouldn't be that hard, because it's basically game over if you do get hit. Already. Is that E.T.? Why do you have an E.T. emote? Which side of Twitch are you on? The alpha side, clearly. Alright, hold on. Let me make sure this is working. And audio, yes. Okay. We're up and we're running. We're running for our lives. Was it Alt? Hold on. Yeah, it's Alt. Why was that acting weird before? Let me just make my little corner a little bit bigger here. Hold on. Yeah, that feels better. You know, because this is my stream. In case there was any doubt, this is my stream. So I get to be larger in the corner if I want to. Okay. The next mission is Rock of Gibraltar. A cruiser lies at anchor in Gibraltar Harbor, her crew asleep and the night otherwise quiet. High Command has ordered her destruction on time. No, that's a white screen. Pay attention. Y'all are getting to me. Let me make some coffee so I can cope. Alright, how did this work again? I have to, like, crank that up. But, like, a certain amount, right? And then I gotta crank this up. But that makes this one also crank up, so I gotta turn this down while that's going up. And I gotta hold them steady when they're in the right spot, like that. Alright, and I remember that Sidrog informed me that it needs to be a 30-second countdown timer. You need to go up. And I need you to stay there. Why are you going way up now? No. Stop it. Get some help. Okay. I think I overdid it a little bit because according to the timer on the machine, it's actually only supposed to be about 12 seconds. Timing 73%. Grade perfect. Okay. I feel better now. I feel better now. The lamps, yeah, this guy on the boom arm, I can imagine. Actually, this is probably what you were thinking about for the Whitboard. Grease screen, yeah. Like an arm like this, I could just like grab and pull over and mark up and throw away when I want to. It's not a bad idea. I wouldn't mind doing that. Alright, let's see if everybody in the world has died while I was messing around making coffee. Oh, somebody's already been here. Okay. So apparently the guns that are on the Iron Nest came from that ship. Let's see what this record sounds like. Oh, that's a volume slider. I didn't even know. Okay, not bad. Alright, mission. Let me clear this stuff off. Okay. Do not fire until after 11:08. Well, luckily for me, it is definitely after that. Because I messed around doing junk. Alright. The mole. Alright, so I guess I'm supposed to hit the HMS Rockingham. I guess that's my my objective. Right? Okay. So let's get started. Iron Nest is at A293. 93. Like so. Spotter 1 is at B8. Up here. 81. 81. Right there. Spotter 2 is at E458. E458. Okay. Reference point the mole. Alright, so I've got my yellow for making markers. So from number 1, the mole is bearing 8.5. 8.5. I'm just going to make a nice long line so I can figure this out. And then from spotter 2, it is 48. 48. So it should be right here. Do I have a good marker for that? Because I'll just use A. Right there. Okay. That is reference point the mole. Then we have reference point Dockmaster's house, which is 5.38. 5.38 from the mole. And then also bearing 8.3 from spotter 1. Okay, so it's either here or there. I don't really need these two anymore. I'm going to put B on this intersection. And I'm going to put C on this intersection. It's one of the two of these, and I don't know which. And that's a concern. Alright. Okay, so now we're talking distance. So the ship is 5.01 km from the Dockmaster's house, which is one of two positions, but it's 0.66, or sorry, 66 degrees from spotter 2. So let me put that out first. 6. Done. Okay, now I can make circles from each of these. It is 5.01. 5.01 from there, or 5.01 from there. Okay. Meaning the ship is either here or the ship is here. I think that makes sense so far. Now, going purely off of vibes, as I must do, This seems like the more likely spot. But I won't know until I fire. I don't think I need to use any special munitions for this. So I'm just going to set 2 firing solutions. I'm going to set the first one for point number 2. And second one for point number 1. I'm going to load both cannons so that I'm ready to fire a second one if needed. First one is 10.13. 10.13. 3. Requires 3 charges. Okay, first angle is here. And then the other one is 8.28. And just for ease of reference, I'm going to keep this at 3 charges, even though I don't need 3 charges for that. This is the second shot. Alright, does it say anything here? Armor piercing required. Good thing I read that. So I do need armor piercing shells. AP shell. 1 in the left. 1 in the right. Bingo. Alright, how am I doing on charges? Do I need more? I've got 40, I'm good. Alright. Everything seemed good so far. My first go. Load this stuff up. I forgot how nice and chunky and clunky this game is. Alright, load both cannons. Done. AP rounds for each. The first target is at 61.4. So let's turn that way. That's way overshot. 61.4. There we go. And you go to 40. You go to 33. .52 and 33.12. There we go. Alright, I will be firing the left first. Alright. Let me just make sure. I do have a fire mission. We are using AP as requested. The bearing is 61.4. The elevation is 40.52. The gun is armed, firing. I'm going to very quickly change the angle to 60.4. And I'm going to arm the right gun. It is AP, it is 60.4. It is 33.12. It is armed. We are firing. It looks like I was right with the first shot. But I fired a second one, so let's see what happens. Matters proceed as arranged. The aircraft cover over the harbor is lifted. Aerial reconnaissance is restored. Optional. Public sailing notices place a vessel crossing the strait today bound for Barcelona. We suspect it's running ordnance to the anti-monarchists. Interception is authorized at your discretion. Vessel is due to enter the strait somewhere between grid Q1 and grid T1 at 11:22. Okay. I'm not sure that helps me very much, but I guess I'll take a shot at it. We can use star shells to scout to make sure that we're gonna come close to hitting, but if it's at 11:22, it is 11:22 at mark. So that has already come and gone. Get rid of these. Yes. Alright, grid. Somewhere between grid Q1 and grid T1. Well, grid Q1, we can get rid of these. Grid Q1 and grid T1. Okay, so it's over here. So I just need to fire a star shell over here somewhere. And hope for the best. What is that? Oh. The Lusitania. That sounds familiar somehow. Cargo per High Command. Explosive ordnance consigned to the anti-monarchists. This is a civilian ocean liner. I feel like this is probably some kind of a war crime if I do this. I don't need to do this if I know this information. I'm gonna do it. It's optional. Lead your shot. Oh god. Okay. 11:22:40. It already, that was a while ago now. All right, P1 7-2 at a course of 12 degrees. 12 like that. Alright, so 3 minutes and 20 seconds. I should probably go for this. It'll be 1 kilometer away from here. 1 kilometer from there. Okay, so this is my spot. And I need to time the shot correctly to hit this spot. 3 minutes and 20 seconds would be 23, 26, 11:26. So I need to get moving. 14.99. Load. I don't know if I'm gonna make this. Three in. Ready to go. I need this to be 90.4. I need it to go way back, way back. I think I missed my chance already. 90.4. And then this is 59, almost 60 degrees. Still gonna try and take the shot, but it's already past my spot now. Come on. P90.4. I could always go for the 10-minute shot. Could always go for the 10-minute shot. That's an option. I think this is gonna miss. This is almost definitely gonna miss. Yep. Alright, we are going to go for the 10-minute shot then. Get rid of these. So it started from P172, and it will have traveled 3 clicks. 3, like so, in a line. 172 at 12 degrees. Here is where it's going to be at that time. Get rid of that and that. Okay. It's going to be 15.52, which means I need 4 charges now. Buy an AP shell, and I want some powder charges too, because I'm probably going to start running low at some point. Alright, my timing is 10 minutes from 11:22:40, which is 11:32:40, so I've still got time to get everything set up. Ready to fire. So it's got to be 83.2. Like so. And this has to be 46, so just a little bit above the 45 should do the trick. Yeah, the way it works is I have these requisition points that's counted over here, requisition credits, and every shell costs a certain amount. So I've got 228 right now. Every AP shell is worth 10. Every star shell is worth 2. Every set of 20 powder charges is worth 5. So it's not unlimited, but right now it's basically unlimited. Okay. So everything is ready to go. Just make absolutely sure I've got armor piercing. I don't think I need armor piercing for this ship because this is just a civilian cruiser. This is how the Lusitania sank. Yeah, this is how the Lusitania sank. Fun fact. 83.2 is my bearing. 46.56, right? 4656, 4656, yes, is my elevation. The gun is armed. Now, I need to time this so that the shell hits at 11:32 and 40 seconds. Okay? Now, I've got a stopwatch in the bottom right here. The arrow at the bottom is how long it will take for travel time. So when it's roughly 30 seconds, I need to fire it 30 seconds before 11:32 40. So I need to fire it at 11:32:10. Got that? When it says 11:32:10, I will pull down on this. Somewhere between 11:32:10 and 11:32:11 is technically the correct timing, but at 10 is when I'm going to fire it and hope for the best. Can you feel the electricity in the air? Anything could happen right now. Here it comes. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shots away. It was close enough. I'm pretty sure it was close enough. Lusitania was an inside job. I mean, the High Command says it's full of explosives, so who knows? And let's go. That's a hit. Nailed it. Lusitania confirmed destroyed. Her cargo will not reach the anti-monarchists. You may stand down. Shell found her hold. Cargo went up in one column of fire. Gone stern first. That was worth plus 75 requisition. So this is how you get more points for buying more shells when you take out your objectives. Like I got 125 from taking out the main objective, and then I just got 75 more for taking the sub-objective. But I can stand down now. I hope I keep that star shell. It'd be a shame to waste it. I can use it again on a future mission. That's how it's done. Is this Super Earth? Yes, probably. Ooh, the French. The French are involved now. What happens when you lose all your monies? You need to attack on foot. I'd rather not find out, but probably. Probably I'd have to attack on foot. Okay, I got some new shells that appear to be chemical warfare. One is tear gas, which suppresses units and reveals any hidden ones, and one is phosgene, which suppresses and then kills. So there you go. I got the bronze in the austere service, but I got gold and everything else. I feel pretty good about that. I did buy 2 shells and then never fired one and hit nothing with it, and then did not even use the other one. Dead Reckoning. Cadiz's garrison has gone to ground, invisible to reconnaissance and unwilling to show itself. Allied troops cannot advance until it is dealt with. Sounds like a perfect opportunity to try out some chemical warfare. The tear gas said that it would reveal hidden doodads, doohickeys. Let me check the mission. It's invisible to aerial recon. Got it. Tear shells will force them into the open, permitting detection by aerial recon. Note, invisibility to reconnaissance does not confer immunity to artillery fire. You can still blow something up even if you don't see it. Alright, once all 3 primary targets are destroyed, sound your war horn to commence the advance. Alright, I need this, and I need these various spotters. Actually, let me do that properly, because that's going to bother me, the alignment. Okay. All 3 positions right here. Position 1, position 2, position 3. Those are my primary objectives right now. And it looks like I did not keep that star shell. That's kind of sad. Preposterous indeed. Preposterous indeed. I know that I need 3 of those. Well, okay. I don't know that I need 3 of those. I just assume that I do because there are 3 targets, but it's possible that 1 target is close enough. Is tier on here? No. It's possible that 1 target is close enough to another that I'd be able to hit 2 with 1 shot, but at the same time, it's not that big of a deal. Alright, I think I've got what I need. I just need to mark my location as R942. Here. Spotter 1 is at P455 here. So let me just put that closer to the center of the square so I know exactly which square we're referring to here. 42, yeah. Q304. Q304, like so. And 0754. 0754, like so. Okay. Don't need these anymore. The enemy signal station is reported active in grid D2. I'm just going to put this one D2. I'm just going to put that here. I'm sure I'll find it if I drop Prophosphorus. No, I don't have white phosphorus. That's not what I have. I have phosgene, which I am not going to use because that's definitely a war crime, unless High Command specifically tells me to use that, in which case I definitely will. But right now it's just the tear gas. All right. The enemy assembly area is... Okay, spotter 2 is here. And it is 14.46. 14.46 from there. Ain't no Geneva Convention this timeline. You are correct. But good soldiers follow orders, so that's what I'm going to do for right now. Like I said, if someone orders me to do it, I'm going to do it. 285 is 285 is here. Spotter 1 says it's west-northwest from them. Now, west-northwest is not a very specific bearing. But I think that probably is okay. That's like west-northwest enough, I would think. This one's going to be trickier, though. I can already tell. Oh, yeah, I'll put the put the marker there so I know which one that is. And then get rid of these and this. From spotter 2, it is 9.04. 9.04, like so. And it is west from spotter 3. Just going to try and hold like 270, I guess. And it is west-northwest of spotter 1. And I guess it's implying here. Do you think that's close enough for tear gas? It probably is. It's probably close enough for tear gas. I don't know how big... So here's the thing. Having never used the tear gas before, and I don't see it on here. Right? These options do not include the tear gas option. So I don't know what the, like, area of effect is on it. You know what I mean? But regardless, I will take a shot, and maybe it's a good size area, and I'll just drop something into D1. You know what? I want to make sure it's in the middle of the land area. They're probably not hiding in the ocean, probably. I'll just drop it right there. And then the other point, the enemy assembly area is over here. And finally, the field command is over here. We're assuming, because that's all we can do right now is just assume. Alright. Done. And 1554 is going to require 4 charges, which hurts my heart because that's more than I want to use. 1554. Do I need to put in the bearing? It's a not phosgene tier. There it is. And the bearing is 24. There's 245. 245.2. What is this? Oh, it's just like what type of target it is. I don't know that yet, so I'll just leave that as is. Oh, I see. That's probably so that you can keep track of which shell is bound for which target. That's an interesting little addition. I can appreciate that. So I was not using any of this stuff before. But I guess if you set that to say tier, it will say it on there. And it probably is just to help you keep track better in a more logical way. But, like, really, all I need is this down here. And it'll be fine. Alright, load in that one. We're going to give it 4 so it can reach its target. Oh, I got a new record. Should I put on the new record? I should put on the new record, right? Okay. I can dig this. 46. And for this one, this is also going to be a tear gas, but it's going to be 274.8. And it's going to be a distance of 14.07. I'll only use 3 on this one since I can keep track of which card is which. With those little additions, that'll make things easier. Three on this one. And that first bearing is 245.2. And you can go up to 56. Pretty close to the top. It would be kind of cool if they officially supported VR with this. I would be interested in experiencing that. But at the same time, without you know, having something to actually grab and pull, it takes away some of the clunkiness, you know. Fire mission. Let me move this out of the way. So this is the one that I'm doing right now. Tear gas, bearing 245.2, elevation needs to be 4662. Okay, and you actually need to be 628. Okay, elevation 4662. Gun is armed. Tear gas away. Now we can adjust this quickly to 274.8. Probably should have not decided to do it this way. 270. .8. Alright, we've got a mission to fire tear gas at 274.8, 56.28. Armed. Fire. There they are. Now I assume I can just hit them with an HE shell now. But we'll get to that momentarily. Okay, there they are. Now I do have this one last shot. I can get rid of you and you. I do have this one last shot of tear gas that I need to give. done with both of these cards. I think I'm done with that too. Alright. Okay, this is my last tear gas shot. It is going to be at bearing 259.4. 9.4. Tear gas, distance of 9.66. And use 2 for this one. Bingo. And then these other ones are going to be HE. So let me switch it back to HE. This one's going to be 245.2. And this is going to be what does that symbol mean? Not sure what that symbol means, but I'll just oh, it's this one? That's what it looked like. I did not reset the distance. Clear that. 15.4. See, there's too much stuff that I gotta remember now. It was so much simpler when I was just smooth braining the other way. Alright, 245.2, elevation 46.2. Got it. And then the next one is 14.16 away. 16. And that's going to be HE. It's going to be bearing 274.5. And what symbol is this one using? It's just an X. Guess it's this one. It's the closest. Alright, let me make sure I've got distance 14.6, 274.5. Okay. And that's going to be HE. I don't need these now. Alright, I already have the tear gas. I just need to get the HE shells now. I put that tear gas here. So that's going to be in the left cannon. So I'll load that now. So the right cannon is where I'm going to put my HE shells. For now. This one only needs 2 for the tear gas. $259. .4, and you are going to go to pretty much almost all the way to the top. You're loaded with the first HE. You need 4 charges. Be at 57.96. And you need to be at 2.46, so like down here. Okay, mission, yes. 259.4 tear gas, 57.96 armed, fired. 245. Point 2 and 46.2. Two, 5.2, yes. 46.2, yes. HE. Away. It seems that I did not find point number 2 properly. So I'm going to need to fire another tear gas. And I'm going to need to recalculate some more. But in the meantime, I can hit this other spot here. This is going to be a threefer. $274.5. Snacktario. What is that? $274.5. And this is 56, so pretty far out. What is Snacktario? 56.64. I don't know, some game. Why are you asking me? Because you brought it up. Because you brought it up. That's why I'm asking you. Oh, that's a bunker. I needed AP for that. See this this little green thing? That means it's armored position. So I was supposed to use armor piercing for that. But you know what? The orientation and everything is still fine. I just need to load an AP shell and use... actually, I need to buy another tear gas round too, don't I? I guess I'll do that now. Just need to buy an AP round. Load it the same exact way that I was firing the HE before, and it should hit dead center. Just like that. I'm making some bonehead mistakes today, but honestly, it's fine. It's not even a big deal, if you think about it. I just need this to say 56.64 and I can pull the lever. Like that. Alright, and then there is this problem. I gotta load the tear gas shell. Okay, that was which position? That was... I have to redo all this, aren't I? I still have the spotters marked, right? Yeah, I've still got the spotters on there, so I just need to take the... It was the assembly area, I think. No, it was the... The signal station was destroyed. Okay, so it's the field command is the one that I did not successfully find. So from spotter number 2, which is you, it is 9.04. 9.04. And then from spotter number 3, which is this guy, it's directly dead west. Which seems to imply over here, but I did this before and it didn't work. And from 1, it is west, northwest. Which again implies right here, but I hit that and it didn't do the trick. Guess I could try altering it down. Maybe it's in this red zone here somewhere. I don't know how directly you have to hit with the gas. It's somewhere on this line, and like roughly within like this section, I guess. But I don't know where exactly, so I guess I'll just take another shot in the dark. Let's try here. And then if that doesn't work, I'll try over up here maybe. Yeah, that seems like a plan. Okay, you are already... No, was it this one? Yeah, you're already loaded. I need to set this up properly. This is just messing me up, so I'm just going to reset all this stuff. Empt. Yeah, there we go. Empt. 984. 984. Let me use 2 charges for this one. 1 and 2. And rotation needs to be at 257.9. Looks like it's pretty much already set, so I just need to do the fine tuning once it's in place. 55904. Alright, so this should hit a little bit to the south of where I hit last time. Still nothing. Very interesting. I didn't confuse east and west, right? Like this is west from 3. And this is west northwest from 1. And this is 9.04 kilometers from spotter number 2. And I was able to easily find the others. This is weird. Alright, let's just try probing a little bit further north, I guess. Alright, I need another tear gas shell. Two. Set this for 261.9. I'm thinking maybe it's the square, like the full square. I guess that's a kilometer. Like as long as it falls somewhere within the square where they are, then it'll drive them out. So maybe they're just in square I7 and I was hitting in square H7 before. Maybe that's the trick. I need you to be at 55. Tear gas, bearing 261.9, elevation 5592. Armed. Sometimes you gotta do a little probing, you know? This guy knows. I have not been cold brewing recently. I have been hot brewing in my espresso machine. I'm gonna crash out. What am I missing? Yeah, I have an espresso. What am I missing? Enemy field command. West of 3, west-northwest of 1. 9.04 kilometers. 9.04 kilometers from 2. 2 is here. 1 is here, it's west-northwest. 3 is here, it's west. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Should be right freaking there. You know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna drop a big boy there. Where's my big boys? Right there. Big boy time. It's big boy time. I've had enough. I'm not crashing out. They're crashing out when they explode into little tiny bits. 2, 5. 9.3. Two. Yeah, I've had an espresso machine for I feel like around a year now. There. $7.96. HCHE. Armed. Dangerous. Maybe they were just in a ventilated shelter and this will destroy them utterly. Or maybe they're in an armored shelter and I will need to send another shell over after this. Splash. Okay. I mean, it's just guesswork, right? Like, this is the fault of my spotters more than anything. I blame them for everything that's happening to me right now. Interesting. I guess I could have used a star round to do that. Well, now I feel like a fool. Anyway. Enough about how much of a fool I am. 10.40. And this is going to be a tear gas round again, so that I can smoke them out to 4.8. Oh, perfect. I'm going to get some more charges too. I don't like the possibility of running low on charges. Relax, dude. Everything's fine. Five 4.8. Five 4.8. .60. I've wasted so much ammo during this. I feel a proper fool. Okay, that is definitely an AP position. But at least I know where they are. And how far away they are. And what bearing they are. 4.3. Star. I think that means they're command personnel. Armor piercing shell. My cold brew tech. Make hot coffee in the morning, don't drink it all. The next night, when I'm preparing the coffee machine to automatically start at 6 a.m., I dump out the cold coffee. The next morning, I drank 24-hour-old room temperature coffee. I'm not sure I fully follow the logic there. But you know what? If that's what you like, who am I to say anything at all about it? You know? It's not my place. The confusing part for me specifically is the part where you dump out the old coffee and then the next morning drank 24-hour-old room temperature coffee. If you, how can you do that if you already dumped it out? .3. After playing this game enough, couldn't you be like a pretty serious barista? So you're just constantly drinking 24-hour-old room temperature coffee that you brewed the morning before, instead of just drinking the fresh coffee? Honestly, it seems a little bit insane to me, but AP, yes. If that's what you want to do, 254.3, 41.24, armed, firing. Sometimes I mix the old coffee and the new coffee together into something I call warm brew. You know what? I think you're probably onto something. You should probably market that. I think you have an idea there. I think a real one. Real idea. Okay, I think that is, yeah, that's all three. So now I can signal the advance. I may stand down. Optional. 10 enemies remain hidden throughout Cadiz. Forward observers may also be requisitioned to assist in locating them. That could be fun. Fire more tear gas. Where's the forward observers? Right here. Alright, and then I'll put one at like D5. Where's D5 on the map? It's like somewhere. I don't know. Just do it. Okay, I can clear all of this stuff too. Alright, so A138. Heard something from 1365. It's quite a ways off. Get rid of these. And then D5 is here. 92. Heard something. 949. 949. And that seems to indicate right here. So let me fire some tear gas right here, and we'll see what happens. Make sense? 5.35. 35. 2 charges. Tear gas, yes. 228.9. She's the generic target for this one. Alright, I need to requisition a tear gas. There is something enjoyable, and there is something to be said in this game about just farting around. I can have fun just lobbing shells, you know? To 8.9 and 32.1. See how they like this. Bet they won't. Bet they won't like it. Ooh. That brought out a lot of them. Drop an HCHE right there, I can take out all 4. Are you taking a shot for every felled enemy? I'm not taking any shots. Not right at the moment, anyways. 226.0. HCHE in. 226.0. 2 charges. Loaded. And I remember I don't have to do this. I'm just gonna wing this one. I won't triple check this time. I could. Could triple check. Could always triple check. 31.2 degrees. 31.20. Armed. Fired. It said there were 10 more. So that takes care of 4 of them. Right. Now I need a couple more forward observers, I think. Put one at D1 and one at like E9 or something. F9. Okay. audio report on enemy infantry number 2. Well, that's not... I need 2 reports from the same thing here, is what I need. Let's just pop one in the middle, I guess. What does that give me? Field gun 2. This is not as useful as I was hoping it would be. Oh, here we go. Okay, I've got 2 reports on enemy field gun number 2, so I can at least target that. Why are you popping off? Cut that out. Okay, field gun number 2 is 74 degrees from E4. 1, 2. So E4, 1, 2 is here. Let's see which way is 74 degrees. What about here? Okay. And then we have a distance from J452 of 4.62 clicks. Okay, so it could be here, or it could be here. I'm assuming it's probably not here because that's in the water and it's a field gun. So I need a solution for... Get rid of these other lines. Don't need anymore. Get that out of the way. A solution to here. Alright. 4.70. Get by with 1 charge here. Nice. It's going to be tear gas again. 240.3. Perfect. Do I need to buy the tear gas? I didn't buy the tear gas yet. Yep. Love these close ones because I only have to use 1 charge for it. I use the slightly faster way. .3. .6 is going to be up here. .4 is right there. Okay, 240.3. Consider it to be sent. Okay. CHE. Let's get 2 more. That'll put me up to 6, I think. And there are 10 total, so there's still 4 more out there. There's 472. HCHE 24 2.9. Yeah, don't really need a separate target marker for this one. I need 1. For 2.9. And 56.64, and I'll be ready to fire. Number 2 and number 6. Okay, field gun, that was number 2. Infantry 6 destroyed. Enemy infantry 1 and 2 are still out there. And I have intel on them, so I can keep forward observing to try and find them. D1. I'll do like A5. Well, Heck was one of the options, but it was not the chosen option. Okay, I've got 3 coordinates for enemy infantry 2 now. That probably can be arranged. Clear up all of the marks. Alright, so the first one I have is a distance from F983. F983. Of 7.64. And then I have a bearing from A547 of 78 degrees. And then I have a bearing from G5. G is over here, 5 is over here, 66 here, 68. Okay, so it seems like up here is the spot. Get out of the way. I'm just going to drop one right here and hope for the best on that. 406. One charge. This is going to be tier 258.9. One charge. Who's that guy? I don't recognize that guy. Looks like he's got cool shades on. Kind of looks like Fred Willard. A little bit. May he rest in peace. $258.9. $48.72. So I would have expected them to be in the red zones, so this is interesting that they're outside of it. Who's that? To here. Straight shot. Use HE for this one. $258.4. $410. $9.20, $258.4. Should be good. Nice. Okay, so I've gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are still more out there. I'll put one a little bit closer, maybe like M9. N3. Enemy mechanized infantry. Okay. I have 2 coordinates for enemy mechanized infantry now. Maybe I can find them. D117. D117. 11.36 kilometers. And then from N3, 3.5, 100 degrees. Right there. Need 6.63. Got to be 207. It's pretty far to the side here, so let me get that moving. 2 of those. 7.5. So close, 39.78. There's one. Pretty much the exact same situation. Should get me where I need to go. But of course I will recalculate just to be on the safe side. HE shell. Six, 1. Oh, 7.5 still. Okay, that's good. Load in HE. Load in 2 charges. Elevation to 3966. Three, 9. 566. While I'm waiting, I can buy another couple forward observer. Alright, that was enemy infantry 1, so I can get rid of these. Got another mechanized infantry number 2. See if I can find this guy. M9 34 for 5.7. I-721 for 115 degrees. Seems to indicate pretty clearly this point. .8. I don't really need to drive them out into the open. I can just blow them up if I know where they are. And I do. I do know where they are. 209.9. .8. Yes. 2099, yes. Hopefully there were no friendlies there, but I don't see any on the map, so I don't think there were. Got him. Okay, good. That was mechanized infantry number 2. How many are left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 1 left because it says 10 enemies remain. Getting almost to the end of this. Just need a couple more observations. Okay, we've got 2 distances. This should be fun. G1 was here. G144 to 8.1. And H9 56 to 10.14. Okay, so that seems to indicate right here. So I'm just going to drop a shell right there. They'll never know what happened. They'll never know. 755. Oh, we're spitting some steam over here. My bad. 203. Is this fun? You having fun? Thank you for subscribing with Prime Zimcolo. 4 months. I didn't realize that I had even had subscriptions available for 4 months. But I am spitting steam. .3 203.0. Come on. Got him. Nice. That should be everything. Mission complete. Excellent. I got an achievement. Trust Dead Reckoning. I'm not sure what that means. I was not very austere. Oh, there it is. There's the phosphorus. Chance to ignite fires. Amazing. Alright, I am going to take my break now, I believe. So, I'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes. Alright. I am back again. And considering, I think it might be a good time for me to end stream now. So, sorry about the bait and switch, but I'm going to be going straight to my goodbye screen now. So I will catch you all later. I will stream again on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And then again Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. That's the plan. Until next time.